What up, it's the King Amadeus, CEO Platinum Boy Music Inc. We live here at Respect the Next, you heard? My name, Amadeus, means loves God. Didn't know that until recent years. But he was a genius. He was a classical composer, Mozart, Wolfgang Amadeus. And I was trying to find a name. The names I had was really terrible. I had like A Boogie, like A Dog, like Ant Dog, and like a lot of dogs. I always wanted a dog when I was little, so I guess I started trying to name myself Dog. But I didn't really think that was hot. No one else thought that was hot. So we started kind of going through names like Beethoven and people that created history and legends. And they said Wolfgang, I didn't think that was cool. Mozart, I was like, But then when they said Amadeus, it kind of had a ring to it, you know. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't all the way love it. But when I heard people recite it, it kind of stood out to me, and I kept, I kept it, and here I am today. Amadeus, legendary, the Amadeus of our time, of our day. Man, like I said, he was a legendary composer, man. He a little wild little dude that ran around and chased the girls everywhere, but just was a genius.
You must have saw the movie.
I definitely saw the movie. I saw the movie, and I was mad that I had to watch the movie. But when I saw this little dude running around with wild hair, creating masterpieces with the girls chasing him everywhere, I said, this gotta be the guy. So why not name myself after the guy? And that's pretty much how my name came about. Shout out to Buck Wild. Buck Wild, legendary producer, part of the original Bad Boy Hitman team, was a family friend of ours. Kind of took me under his wing and taught me a lot about the game and took me to the studios. I mean, I remember visiting studios with him, going to see like Busta Rhymes and Missy and Puff, and I remember on that night, man, it's like, this is what I want to do, and I just never looked back ever since. And Derek Garbo, who was our minister of music at the time at our church, and God rest his soul because he passed away, had just bought a new keyboard, and it was a Roland XP50. And like the day he brought it into the church and he played with it at the church, I asked him, could I borrow it? Craziest thing ever. Like, why would you? Like, he just got it that day. And I was like, yo, you mind letting me borrow the keyboard? And he was like, yeah, I don't care. Overnight at the end of the day, it's gonna sit at the church. And I took that keyboard home, man, and mastered it. Like, figured it out. I never was the one to read manuals and just press buttons, and if I erase the beats, I figure it out again, and I start over and make another beat, and that's pretty much, how I got rocking. And that was the start. That was the start of Amadeus as a producer. I made about 1,000 beats. I thought they were all hot, and then when I started having meetings and playing them for A&Rs and artists, and I was in there going crazy, and they was just like, and I thought they weren't feeling good that day, or their neck was hurting, or they was tired from the day before, and then after the beat stopped, he'd be like, that wasn't really hot. I gotta fit it. This is my hard work. This is my labor. This is, what do you mean it's hot? You don't hear? And he was like, what are you using? I said, I'm using a Roland. And he was like, nah, you need to get you an MPC. He said, your drums ain't hard enough. And for me being a drummer, that was like a violation. Like, my drums is not hard enough. Like, that's who I am. I'm a drummer first. You know what I'm saying? So I got that MPC, and then I started showing up to studios. I remember going to Electric Lady and I forgot the name of the other studio. Sony. Turned the beat on, blew their speakers out. So then I had the question, like, so is my drums hard enough now? I'm asking him again, is my drums hard enough now? And I didn't have that problem ever again. And I started being forbidden to go into different studios because I would blow out their speakers. But the artists loved it. The studios didn't love it, but the artists loved it. So I never had that problem again when I got the MPC Akai 2000 XL, which I still have today, which I still create on today. But it's not broke, you don't fix it. Talked about this earlier, LA. At first I consider myself a producer. Like, if you asked this question a few years ago, it's on record of me saying, I'm a producer. And then years later I realized that I'm both. Um, both are necessary. Both are just as important. Nowadays they're more beat makers than producers. Producers are, you know, the ones that go in with the actual artists and produce with them. Meaning, if I got Jeezy in the booth or I got Fab in the booth and Fab is reciting his verse, I'm saying, yo, Fab, try like this, or say this word like that, or get rid of that word, or maybe it's sounding too jumbled, or, speed it up a little bit, or take a break there. Like, that's actual producing. And we don't really get to do that these days. A lot of music is made via email, and, I've created songs, smash records with artists that I've never met. Whether me sending tracks via email and they were kind of recording on their own and mixing with their engineers, and so a lot of that happens today. So I would have to say, I'm both producer and the beat maker. The beat maker is the one who makes the beat. Simple as that. The producer is the ones that's hands on in the studio, that is working with the actual artist to make it a better record, versus me sending you a beat, you making a song, you mixing it and then putting it out. Like, it could have been so much better in so many different ways. You could have said it like this. I could have added more music or instrumentation to it. The mix could have been better. Too much, low end on the bass. The snare ain't popping enough. So there's so many different elements that go into making a great song. So if you're able to produce, you're in the studio and hands-on with the artists, hands-on with the engineers, to make sure that that process is in place and the song is, at its best. You know what I mean? So I definitely consider myself both. And it took time to do that. I wouldn't say hurting the game. I mean, at the end of the day, the clubs are still filled. The bottles are still on sparklers. You know what I'm saying? Like, the black queens out here twerking. The dudes in there, with the little dancing and creating new dances and dabs, and, everybody's having a good time. So I can't really say it's hurting it. Is it different? Yes. And at the end of the day, you got to be able to transition. You got to be able to change with the wave, change with the sound. Oftentimes people get caught up in what they love and what they're used to and what they're comfortable with, and don't want to adapt. And that's how you get left in the wind. I'm from New York. I'm from the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? I'm from boom bap. I'm from the samples. I'm from, what I'm saying? I create joints where cats is scared of, because, on tracks I create, you guys speak that truth. That's how you get, Mike Jones, Grandma. That's how you get, Cameron, Take Him to Church. That's how you get Jim Jones, My Diary. You know what I'm saying? Lil Mo, Brand New. Like, these are records where I produce. They're not the biggest songs in the world, but when they come on, the room like, you did that? And it's like, yeah, you know what I mean? And these records connected with these artists. These beats connected with the artists, and they told their truth on it. So I'd rather be that guy that delivers a message, you know what I'm saying? And a song can be timeless, versus, following the trends and following the waves, and it being hot for one moment and it vanishes, the next year. Few of those. Early on, Lil Mo, we did Brand New. Like, really being hands-on and mixing it, and pressing knobs and saying, hey, I want more of this, or I want more of that, and the engineer, like, listening. Because I was looking at myself like, I just got here. How's he listening to me? This is a dude that mixed everybody's song, but he respected me as the producer and listened to what my input was, because at the end of the day, like I said, when I was talking to LA, as a producer, you create the blueprint. Here's the blueprint. Now you, as the artist, come along and you paint your picture. You add your colors to it, but the foundation was already built. And we all know, without foundation, you don't have nothing. So it brings it back to respecting the producers and realizing how important we as producers are to the artists. Like, there's no music without music. You can put out an acapella album tomorrow. Let me know how it go. Play that joint in Stage 48 tonight. Let me know how it go. But it's the beat that grabs your attention first. When the work, when that came out, and once ladies realized they can, do their little thing to it, if the beat wasn't hot, no matter what she was saying. Try saying work without the beat, without the dum 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 dum. Try that. Just say work, and then see if the girl stands in front of you and starts working it. Or try playing the instrumental by itself and don't even play the vocal on top of it, and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? So music is a vibe, music is energy. And that's where it's at. Man, we out here, man. We out here. We easy to get to, with all of the social media that's out here. I'm on Instagram, Amadeus PPM, Twitter, producer Amadeus, website www.platinumboymusic.com. And one thing about Instagram, which is great, once you click on my name, everybody else from the team comes up, so you can follow the rest of the team. Rogar Garcia, Jason Bourne, Uncle Mike. So we a team, we a family, we a movement. And we just spread love, we spread information, we spread good energy, we create great music, and at the end of the day, we create great legacy. So you can get to us as long as your business is straight, as long as you focus, passionate about what you do, what you love. We here. We're here right now at the Sit Down, something that we created for artists, producers, and songwriters to come sit with me. Oftentimes people try to forward me their CDs and their gig sticks, and I got a lot that I do day to day. I don't have time to just pop in CDs and listen to everybody's music. If I was listening to everybody's music all day, how can I get the work that I need to get done? So I created this moment for artists to be able to sit with me and feel my vibe and feel my energy. Them watch me listen to their music, and you can see the interaction and feel the reaction of my face, and get that wisdom and that knowledge and that information that you need right here, hands on, face to face. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's important and for it to be this way, and I feel like that's missing in the game. And at Platinum Boy Music, we're bringing that back. We're bringing it back to touching the people and reaching out and helping people, man. Because we are where we are, and it took us a lot to get here, and we got our spots. We earned our spots, so it's nothing for us to be intimidated by and about. And we're just trying to help people. So we're just here.